Okay guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to use the image trace, and again you're going to take your photograph or your stock image, something with a very plain background. You want a lot of contrast between your subject and the background. Okay, so notice that these either have a white background or in this case very light, okay? Because you want to be able to eliminate that background easily. If you cannot find a stock style or image on a white background, you need to cut it out yourself in Photoshop first, save it with a white background, or bring it in as a PNG with a transparent background, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to take these raster, okay, these are just photos, and turn them into vector images. All right, so I've already copied and pasted these from the internet. And again, I didn't do anything special, just copy paste. I'm gonna alt drag, so I'm holding ALT, the alt key on my keyboard. I'm dragging it to make a second copy. And then I'm gonna go to Window and Image Trace. Window, Image Trace. Window, Image Trace. It's gonna open up this box, and when you first open it, it's gonna look like so. Let me make sure I have this selected. And open it again, Window, Image Trace. All right, I'm gonna click this advanced little button here, and then, all right, so I'm gonna click this advanced drop down, and then I'm gonna make sure that preview is checked. I'm gonna make sure that preview is checked. I don't know why that's not the default, like who wouldn't wanna preview it, but whatever, for some reason we have to check it. And then for the advanced, so let's take a look here. These sliders are going to kind of shift the balance of how much black and white. By the way, I'm using the mode black and white. It will likely be on that by default, but if it's not, I can show you they have some other modes. Here's the grayscale mode. You can see it's in grayscale. And the color mode. Okay, so you can also do a color vectorization, but I'm going to go for mode black and white. Just pure black, pure white. All right, so I can play with my sliders if I need to. It doesn't really make a huge difference on this one. Oh, actually, you can see right here if I go more, that's making those grays fall into black instead of white, so I actually want to go this way. I'm happy, I like it. You can play with this noise, you can play with the corners, play with those, and then the most important thing is you need to click this ignore white. I'm gonna drag this up here. You can see right here, it has a built-in, there's white in here. If I click ignore white, all of that drops out. So I click ignore white, that's what you want. You want a clear background. And now I like this, so I'm gonna say object expand, and now I have a vector image. Just click OK, and awesome, now I have a vector image that I can alt drag, bring that over here. I can color this to put in my project. All right, I'm gonna show that again. So I've got my image trace, I've got my object, I'm gonna alt drag, so I have a second copy. I've got my image trace, I hit preview, I'm gonna hit ignore white, and then I am going to play with my threshold, and you can see here how much detail is included. You know, if I want like a pure silhouette, I would go this way. I think I like a little bit of detail, so I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna say object expand. Hit OK, and now I can alt drag and I can recolor this so it can go in my project. All right, same thing here. I've copied and pasted this image. I'm gonna alt drag it. I've already got my image trace open. If for some reason it closed, Window, Image Trace. I'm gonna click preview, ignore white. All right, and again, I can play with my threshold. Depending on how much detail I want, maybe I just want to go like pure silhouette. Okay, let's try like 245. And maybe less noise. And I like that, I think I'm happy with that, so I'm going to object expand. All right, let's say I wanted like a full silhouette on this, and it is kind of picking up some of this watermark stuff. So let me show you actually how I can clean this up. I'm gonna alt drag this over. Oopsies. I'm gonna just alt drag this. And I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. I can use my, let's see here. I can use my eraser just to erase some of this stuff here that I don't want. I'm gonna use my brackets on my keyboard. I'm literally just erasing some of this image. So if there's little parts that I don't want, I I can go back and erase them. So if it picked up a little bit too much. And then let's say I want to fill this in, right? I could just go ahead and get a shape or a brush, the blob brush, put that together with Shape Builder. Okay, so I can clean up all these little spots here. And then let's see, I'm gonna use my blob brush and then I'll just paint over this. And now I have a nice silhouette that was pretty low effort, right? That didn't take me much time at all. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna put these together with my Shape Builder, but there's a tool similar to Shape Builder called Pathfinder. And I'll just put all these images together now. And then now I can take this and recolor it to put into my project. All right, here's my last one. I'm going to Alt Drag. All right, I'm going to close my Pathfinder up. I'm going to, again, my image trace. I'm going to open that up. Window, image trace, preview, ignore white. Play with my sliders. You know, figure out, do you want a full silhouette? Maybe I want this to be pretty solid. I like that. I'm happy with it. You can play with these other sliders if you want. I'm happy, so I'm gonna say Object Expand. Now it's a vector. Now I'm gonna Alt Drag and I'm gonna recolor it. All right, that is it for the image trace sampler. So you're taking 4 different images, you're vectorizing them with the image trace, and then you're recoloring them. The one thing people often forget to do is this Object Expand step. So right there, Object Expand, Object Expand. All right, and that is it for the image trace.